North Carolina mom on vacation with her family in Myrtle Beach says she met the Watts family and spoke with Shanann just days before that tragedy.
NBC Charlotte's Ashley Daly spoke to that mom. She joins us now. Ashley, this heartbreaking story hitting very close to home for many families in North Carolina.
It really is. Shanann and Chris are both from North Carolina. Shanann from Aberdeen, Chris from Spring Lake. And several weeks ago, the family was back here in North Carolina at the beach, vacationing and visiting family.
Earlier this month, while on vacation in Myrtle Beach, Michelle Greer says she took her family to the popular Broadway on the beach. She says she was in line with her kids for the trampolines when she sparked up a friendly conversation with the mom beside her.
She was very happy that they were there. She told me she was expecting, so she was very happy she was expecting again. She told me she hoped that it was a little boy since she had the two girls.
Greer says as the families waited, the two of them and their kids hit it off.
She was very sweet, and she was very lovable with her girls.
Greer later snapped these pictures of her son, not realizing she also captured that sweet young mom she had been talking to. The woman's dad is seen beside her, while her husband is seen disengaged in the background. Just days later, the news broke. A pregnant woman and her two young girls found dead in Colorado. The woman found buried near these crude oil tanks, the girls' bodies found inside. And Chris Watts, the woman's husband, charged with their murder. Greer says she was heartbroken when she realized this was the family they had just met.
It wasn't just somebody I was reading about on the news. It was somebody I had engaged in a conversation with, that I had, met. I had seen her children. So it did hit hard.
And not only are their deaths hitting hard for those around the country, but they're also hitting close to home for many in North Carolina. Shanann was from Aberdeen, Watts from Spring Lake.
A lot of people in this town, went to high school with him or know the family.
Greer tells us Watts never spoke to her or engaged with her when she met the family, but she says at the time nothing appeared odd. We now know Watts is facing 9 charges, including several counts of first-degree murder. As far as a motive, investigators say that is still undetermined, but they do allege Watts was having an affair with a coworker. In Charlotte, Ashley Daly, NBC.
We start with Amanda Lamb, live in Moore County, where the Watts recently spent a few weeks visiting family. Amanda talked to friends who shared some unexpected information.
Everyone who knew Shanann Watts in this town says she was a strong lady. She was diagnosed with lupus and fibromyalgia, but she did not let it get her down. She was a successful businesswoman. She sold a weight loss supplement. And she also put her family first. She was here in Aberdeen last week visiting family, and she was right here in this salon where her mother worked, visiting with friends. To people in Aberdeen, where Shanann Watts grew up, she was a bright light.
Positive person. Like, she was so positive all the time. Like, she definitely enjoyed life. She loved her little girls more than life itself.
Stacy Fowler went to Pinecrest High School with Watts and recently saw her on a visit home where she shared her pregnancy news.
She was glowing. They were excited.
She was definitely one of those people that when she walked in the room, it was just like sunshine.
On the visit, Watts brought her husband, Chris, and her children to the hair salon where her mother, Sandy Honorati, works.
Chris was very standoffish. He didn't really say anything. I said hi to him. He kept his head down.
Online, Watts boasted about her love for her husband and posted happy photographs with him.
Knowing Chris and how happy they always seemed, I just can't believe that he did it.
She mentioned, about them having problems, the Shanann and Chris.
But Watts' mother's coworkers say Oranati told them there was trouble in the marriage. And you said you thought they were going to separate.
Oh, that was the plan. That was definitely the plan.
This small community is reeling from news of the murders.
You never think that somebody that you've met before it's gonna happen to them, and the kids too. It's just awful.
And it's just heartbreaking and devastating for this to happen to such a good person and such cute, good girls. They had a whole life ahead of them that was just taken away unfairly.
Now, we understand her mother is in Colorado. Her brother, Frankie Ruzick, is here in Aberdeen. He posted on Facebook, "My blood is boiling and the pain and anger and sadness I have in my heart. Nothing, absolutely nothing would get in my way of taking his life like he did mine and my entire family."
neighbors of the Watts family in Spring Lake. Gilbert.
Catherine and David, I've been out on campus here at Pine Forest High School just about all day. The school's not in, but teachers are here, and everyone was asking me what I was doing. They thought it was some type of back-to-school story, but they were shocked to find out a former student has confessed to killing his pregnant wife and children in Colorado.
15 years ago, Christopher Watts graduated from Pine Forest High School in Fayetteville. His pictures in the yearbook show a young man with many interests, including a patriotic-themed page and automobiles. A neighbor who lived next door to his home in Spring Lake didn't want to go on camera, but said he loved fast muscle cars.
Yeah, he had went to a NASCAR training thing, and he was trying to do that for a while. I don't know what, after that I lost touch with him.
We all had that gut feeling, but I don't think anybody wanted to believe it because he don't seem like the kind of guy that would have done something like that.
In an interview with our NBC affiliate in Colorado, Watts says he became alarmed when he sent a text to his wife Monday and she didn't respond.
That was a little off. And then her friend Nicole showed up about a little after noon. I could see it on the doorbell camera. That's when I was just like, all right, something's not right. If she's not answering the door and she said the car was here, it's like, I gotta go home.
But when you watch him interviewed, you can see that he's kind of distraught, that there's other things processing in his mind that he's just not coming forth with.
Investigators believe they found the bodies on property owned by Anadarko Petroleum, where Watts used to work. The company said, "We are heartbroken by this, and our thoughts and prayers are with the loved ones and friends of the Watts family. We will continue to support law enforcement in its investigation." Meanwhile, those who know the family join in that sentiment as everyone grieves the tragic loss of young lives.
But she lost 2, almost 3 grandbabies. There's no way to empathize with that. That's where I'm at with it. I feel bad for her. I feel really bad.
And, everyone here is still shocked by the North Carolina connection to this terrible, tragic situation in Colorado.